Yes. There we go. We have game, we have game. I just need to do a thing. Notifications, I know. Cool, right, yeah. Anyway, I've not streamed this in a while. Through no thingy, man. No reason. I wanted to get my new PC before I started it, and then just completely forgot about streaming it. So yeah, I have sort of forgot the voices I've gave the girls. We will make it up as we go along, as per. So, anyway, in the last episode, we caught a crawfish for Machina. We got closer to Machina, I think, yeah. We caught a crawfish for Machina, and we also did something. I don't remember what else we did. But yeah, anyway, we will continue. Maybe it's because I was raised in an environment where such words are very rare, but I think being able to thank others so freely is also a sort of talent. Probably seems perfectly commonplace to her, so I'm sure she's not even conscious of that skill. So I get the feeling she may just be overlooking the talent she does have. I get it. I guess that's what makes her look like an idiot. They say that idiots don't catch colds, but it's probably more accurate to say idiots don't realise when they've caught a cold. In the same way, because Machina's an idiot, she's probably oblivious to her own abilities. Honestly, what a weird girl. And again, weird people are rarely boring. Also, I think, basking in the peaceful, sluggish atmosphere Machina left in her wake. Aha. There's Mishira. It's finally over. As soon as the lecturer leaves the classroom, Mishira slumps forward onto her desk. We've only gotten through 2 periods. Are you out of stamina already? I know, but when it's nothing but lectures, I always end up like this. Hey Sachi, my mechanical pencil's empty. Do you have any spare lead lying around? Yes, here you are. Do I want to turn the voices up? I'll keep it up. Oh god. Oh, it's had a weird chill then. Ugh. Anyway. Thanks. Yeah, this is the stuff. Very convenient for blocking X-rays. Shame about the poison and all. What the heck? There's a lump of actual lead. What? Am I being bullied here? Did Sachi finally get sick of lending me lead and erasers and stuff every single day? Could it be that she secretly hates my guts? That's quite the imaginative leap in logic there. Oh my god. Oh. She's so cute. Love Amane. Hey Sachin, hurry up and resolve the misunderstanding. Chiri is gonna melt into a puddle. Please excuse me. Michiru-sama was asking for this instead, yes? Sachi hands Michiru a new lead for a mechanical pencil. It's just occurred to me she gave her a block of lead. Where is she keeping a block of lead? Jeez, give me a break, Sachi. I was a teensy bit nervous there for a minute. You've got the heart of a flea. Excuse me, that's way too small. I've got the courage of your average fly at the very least. What a depressing excuse for a boast. Come up with something a little better than that. Why she got old? If you'd like, we can put your nerve to the test. No, that's quite alright. Thank you kindly. Way to prove her right. Hey, Sachin! Give me a loser leave. Loser leaves? Give me a loser leaves. Oh. Oh. A loose leaf notebook? Is it? Here you are, Maki-chan. Oh. Grazie, who's she Italian? Grazie. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That's enough, Makinen. No rustling in the classroom. Makinen! The buzzkill's arrived. Let's continue this later, in bed. I'm willing to bet she saw some spy movie yesterday. But anyway, you've really got the work, Sachi. I might, but I'm not sure what sort of works you're referring to. What? Should we say something here? I wonder. You're a unique one. Thank you very much. Somehow that turned into a compliment? I know, right? Let's see, do you have a chisel on hand as well? Yes? As soon as I request it, a chisel set emerges from the depths of a desk. Why? Why? Why have you got a chisel set? How about a heavy duty staple that can handle dozens of sheets of paper at once? Standing from a desk as she walks off to face a large locker in the back of the classroom. Sachi's Mary Poppins. What's with that locker? It's twice the size of the others. You mean Sachan's personal storehouse? Would this be what you were looking for? Within a few minutes, she finds the requested item and brings it to me, of course. Normally I'd expect you to have to go to a stationery store to get something like this. Yuji, have you seriously still not caught on? In this class, it's common knowledge that Sachi's better than a Swiss Army knife. Are you saying her karate chop cut? Yeah. Are you saying that her karate chop cut sharper than a folding blade? No. It means that Sachan's unbelievably versatile and resourceful. I see. Well, considering her parents' skill and devotion, I suppose she's well prepared to deal with most requests. That proverb has a bit of a story behind it. Ooh, story time. It was a blistering summer day. The classroom AC had broken down under the heat of salt. stay so friggin' cold. The cicadas won't last long at this rate. Hey, Chiru Chiru. Let's do nabe for lunch, nabe. Gotta warm yourself up inside and out. Ooh, Makina's got some good ideas now and then. Amane's not impressed. What on earth? Who knows? Perhaps their brains have boiled. Boiled, you say? I know, right? Hot pot in school sounds pretty cool, yeah? Yep. Your wisdom took me by surprise. Alright then, Sachi, I'll leave preparing the nabe set to you. Just kidding, as if you could find stuff for hot pot in this season. Oh, wait, huh? Sachan? Where did she run off to? She went to gather things for nabe, presumably. No way, I mean we were just kidding around, right? Yeah, I mean it's not like she could just pull something like that out of her hat on a moment's notice. I seem to remember hearing her accept the request with pleasure. And now that you mention it, she really did accept. At first, everyone was skeptical. Oh, she skipped class to do it. But when Sachi finally returned at the end of 4th period, I would skip class entirely. Thank you for waiting. For real, she comes back with a hot pot set, the ingredients in this adorable runny nose. That said, the nabe was really freaking good. Was it? You started throwing in candy and stuff, so by the end it's a pretty bizarre mix. Hey, Peanut Gallery, don't just ignore my passionate storytelling. Incidentally, if I said I wanted nabe right now, would you be able to prepare things like you did before? Yes, I would, but... With a small nod, Sachi moves the gaze to the locker behind us. I see, seems like you really might be more versatile than a Swiss Army knife. Point is, watch what you say around Sachi, got it? She takes everything totally literally. Yeah, alright Sachi, let's change things up this time. Get together the ingredients for flowing somen noodles. Yes, certainly. Instantaneous response even here. Hey you, did I not warn you literally 5 seconds ago? Look what you've done now, Sachi's already left. Yes, are ingredients, so I suppose it's the supermarket this time. Or maybe the dorm kitchen. Not a problem, I really do want to try this. So, why flowing salmon? You said it yourself earlier, didn't you? It's hot today, so I thought a cool meal would be best. What's up with that? It's not like I'm gonna thank you just because you're being nice to me. Got it? Oh, dot 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 dot. She's on. Oh, we're on the roof. Okay, this looks about right. Take a check of the bamboo flume that makes up the small canal. I've confirmed that the water is flowing smoothly. Canal? We've got a canal on the roof. I'm explaining the gist of things to the others. I spent the last 2 periods obtaining the necessary materials and put together a simple angled bamboo gutter on the roof. Why? I'm hungry. A few minutes after lunch break begins, my classmates, excluding Sachi, emerge. Oh, she's still gone. Why is she still gone? Whoa, what's this? The flowing part of flowing salmon, I believe. I know that. I'm asking why it's on the roof of our school. Yuji-kun, did you make this thing? Yeah, there's a bamboo grove within walking distance in the direction of the mountain, so the materials weren't hard to come by. You skipped class to collect bamboo in the mountains? This would be the first time I've skipped class, come to think of it. What? You're telling me you haven't cut class even once before? Yeah, I suppose you could say that. That's pretty unusual in this day and age. Also, I use Moso bamboo for this thing, but when you're looking to make more intricate goods like a hamper or a strainer, the more flexible Madike bamboo is better suited to the job. I probably butchered that, but I don't care. If you can tell the difference between the two, it'll come in handy when you're trying to live off the mountains. Keep it in mind. I don't think female students typically need to worry about living off the land. True. Oh, she's back. Thank you for waiting. Why did I do a weird Mishiru voice? We're not doing that. Hold on. Go again. Thank you for waiting. Sachi Jones is carrying a large tote bag on her shoulder. Oh, nice timing, Sachin. So you were able to find what we needed. Yes, I was able to obtain the standard ingredients. Let's start preparing for the meal. This side seems a little crowded, so I'll be over here. Why is that smile? That is not nice. Also, she says. Maybe you just want an upstream position because you're burning with anticipation. Uh-oh. Why? Would you like to find a blade floating in your direction? Well, that's not okay. If I end up eating a box because my throat might get a little scratched. You ready, Maki-boo? Once the noodles slip past those two, we ain't sharing. Oh shit! We go again. You ready, Maki-boo? Once the noodles slip past these two, we ain't sparing a single strand. Got it? You betcha, Captain. Try to distribute a pair of chopsticks and a bowl of soup for the noodles to everyone. They take up the desired positions around the bamboo gutter. Seems like flowing salmon is a rare experience for everyone, not just me. Well then, Miss Sachi, throw us the first pitch, please. Certainly. In response to Mystery's yell, Sachi released a few strands of salmon noodles into the waterway. There, catch! Mmm, tasty! I'm not slurping, that's not happening. Hey, don't give me that look. Better look next time, Yumiko. I'll show you. Hey, Amane, might this be a really bad position? It's fine. Once they start putting a lot in at once, I'm sure some will get past those two. Oops, oops. Okay, Sachi, round 2, please. Well then. Yes. Yes. Behold my skill. Oh, Machina. Oh no, Machina stare their empty soup bowls with hollow eyes. Oh. Because of the intense battle upstream, none of the noodles have reached their lower position. No. Alright, then we'll just do this. I set up another gutter that I prepared as a spare at a position below Michiru. So actually, let's get something in this one as well. Certainly. Oh, so this is the Japanese direct train, boss. Thanks, Yuji-kun. No need to thank me. A long time ago, I'd have beaten into me not to waste the things I make. I glanced to my side where Sachi's silently floating so many noodles down the waterway. At this rate, you're not going to get any, Sachi. Alright, I'll secure your share. Scoop the noodles directly from the original container and deposit them in Sachi's bowl. Thank you very much. That's cheating, why just Sachin? Oh. If that's an option, I want Yuji-kun to feed me directly too. Pair of observant hunters are on me in seconds. Excuse me. Ooh. Hold it, if everyone starts taking noodles directly, it's not flowing somen. What? Okay. If we did this in my room, I'd be up for letting Yuji-kun try some exclusive sexy somen, flowing down my body instead of a piece of bamboo. Sexy somen. Nice ring to it. Hey, Amane, what the heck are you pulling out all of a sudden? I think bribery through feminine wiles would be the most accurate description. Uh-oh. No, Machina, don't. I can do that too. Outwake, outwake, and all that. Ah, jeez, what's wrong with you two? Hey, Kamine-san, your hands are moving. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hello. I was curious why he suddenly told me he'd be skipping class, but flowing somen on the rooftop of all things? He thinks in interesting ways as expected from the sudden transfer student character. Just saying, I wouldn't mind the sexy somen with Amane. What? I've heard it takes about 3 days to get a cat to take to you. The girl named Irisi Machina got attached to me even faster than that. Yes, it's the same Machina who used to flee the instant she laid eyes on me. I have no idea what changed her mind, but lately it's been quite the opposite with her approaching me on sight. It's hot again. Today, I forgot today. It's hot again today. Yeah, true. Not she's particularly talkative. After a small greeting, she tends to just tag along in silence. Aw. You want something? Not really. Honestly speaking, getting followed around for no reason like this is a little annoying. That said, there's no reason for me to coldly shoo her away either. You need to go to afternoon class? Nope, I don't have any more elective meetings today. No, electives meeting today. I see. Yep. Otherwise, she's probably just bored. Schedule at the school is divided between the core curriculum in the morning and optional courses in the afternoon. It's not rare for a few of my classmates to be lazing around by the vending machines after lunch. If you've got nothing to do, how about going back to the dorm and studying? Is what I'd like to say, but come to think of it, I'm also wandering around wasting my free fifth period. Guess I don't exactly have the right to lecture Machina. Want something to drink? Dig my hand around in my pocket, searching for small change. I've got money. Holding out her right palm toward me to declare it's fine. Machina takes out something that looks like a green stuffed animal from her pocket. Aww. The vaguely frog-shaped thing seems to be a purse as its red mouth opens wide with a snap of metal bearings. Taking out a few coins, Machina buys a juice box from one of the vending machines that lined up in the passage, then returns to my side. Pulling the attached straw free with stubby, clumsy-looking fingers, Machina pierces it into the juice box and starts to slurp up the contents. Similarly, I drink quietly from my paper cup full of oolong tea. It's hot again today. True. Now we're repeating ourselves. Probably evidence that we're both puzzled over how to get a conversation started. Oh, who is it that told me the manners to break the ice in situations like this? Of course I'm not confident I could pull that off if I tried. What do I talk about with a girl like Machina? Hey Oni-chan, got any good stories? Stories? Stories. It's a fairly standard request, but I'm not sure where to go with this. What sort of story? It's hot, so a nice and cool story. Cool story? That's a bit tricky. Looking for a chilling tale, I think ghost stories are the standard choice. Fortunately, I'm not lacking in that department, a legacy of the time I spent at my old school. Alright then, this is something I heard from an upperclassman at my previous school. I can feel a sneeze. Oh god. This is the story of an American soldier who found himself on a southern island in a night flooded with lukewarm rain. Soldier is making his way south through the darkened jungle amid the pelting downpour, following a native trail with 8 companions. Their objective was an enemy anti-aircraft position. The rain had been falling for 2 days straight, leaving the ground swampy as a paddy field, with the moon hidden by thick storm clouds. Soldiers couldn't even see the back of the comrade walking 2 or 3 meters away. Ahead, sorry. The squad's nerves were already worn by the suggestive darkness of the night jungle, but the relentless rain piercing through this tree canopy was slowly sapping their endurance as well. And on top of all that, the rough map they received from the scouts was vague to the point of uselessness, good for little but further fueling their anxiety. The squad trudged on at a virtual crawl through the knee-deep mud. It was inevitable that their formation grew increasingly loose. So the American soldier, a sniper, bringing up the rear of the column, was desperately struggling to avoid getting separated from the rest of his unit. Eventually, he heard a distinctive clacking from some distance in front of him, rising above the sound of the rain. He recognised the sound of the castanets the platoon leader carried as a means to communicate at night, or in poor visibility conditions where hand signals were impractical. The number of times he clacked indicated an order to halt on the spot. The man dropped to one knee in the muddy water, grasped his rifle to his breast, and removed the lens cap from his scope, shielding it from the rain. An enemy ambush? Lying flat on the spot, the man pressed a strong eye against the gun's sight. The back of the soldier in front of him came into view. No shots had been fired as of yet. Earlier reconnaissance had indicated there were barely any enemy troops or armed guerrillas in this area. If there were enemies here, the odds were that they would be scouts and most likely have a fairly small group. And there is gunshot. Oh, there you go. As the man rested his chin in the muddy water to watch the jungle ahead, he heard the first sounds of gunfire. The enemy wasn't even 30 metres away from his squad. They practically bumped into each other. 6 lines of fire from the enemy position just as he'd fought. It seemed to be a small scouting group. Just for the reckless way they opened fire blindly, they were probably poorly trained guerrillas who'd panicked after encountering their enemy under these unusual conditions. Moving his gaze from the scope, the man grasped his weapon and pulled back on the bolt handle, pushing a 7.62mm bullet into the exposed chamber. Quickly returned his dominant eye to the eye cup of his sight. Muzzle flashes visible through the scope burned white after images onto his pupil, fully dilated after his long walk in the darkness. He couldn't see the enemy, aiming on intuition alone, he squeezed the trigger. Oof. A momentary explosion of light from his gun, and he heard an enemy's grunt from the bush 30 metres away. A hit. The man took his rifle in both hands and began to crawl on his elbows and knees in search of a new firing position. So moving about 10 metres to his left, he discovered a convenient foxhole that would serve his purpose nicely. He sunk his body down into the hole. He found it was half full of stagnant water, just as he'd expected, but that fact barely registered in his mind. Oh, definitely a pothole 11, how you doing? More importantly, from a position like this, he could snipe with it wire. More importantly, from a position like this, he could snipe while hidden for a time. Sunk to the waist in the muddy water, he mechanically pulled back his rifle's bolt and squeezed the trigger, again and again and again. Hey, playing Persona 3 at the moment. Oh, fair enough. All of a sudden, he heard a voice from the next foxhole. Since when had that been occupied? Hey, give me a grenade! In response, the man took an M67 grenade from the belt, slung around his waist, and held it out. The safety pin still fixed in place. A white hand reached out from the nearby trench and received it. Thank you. I was certain you heard those words. No matter how long the man waited, his comrade didn't throw the grenade. Cut it off the game. Maybe the safety pin was bent somehow and he couldn't get it loose. Hey, you okay? As the man was speaking those words, he started to move his head to look at the edge of his encampment. At that moment, the grenade exploded in the next foxhole. Wait, he blew himself up? Good. An explosion at point-blank range isn't something you hear. Overpowering waves of sound aren't recognised by your ears as noise. A mass of burning air struck the man like a wall, knocking the helmet off his head and thrusting his body backwards into the muddy pool. His mouth, thrown open by the explosion, was instantly filled with filthy water. As the man desperately tried to spit it out, he realised his tongue had been knocked back into his throat. He couldn't breathe. Ooh. Quickly thrusting his hands into his mouth, the man peeled his tongue free with his fingers and powerfully vomited out the water together with the breath that had gathered in his lungs. Oh. His throat was burning from inhaling the explosion's scorching wind, and he couldn't stop the tears that were pouring down his face. His head felt like he had taken a direct hit from a fastball made of concrete, and his ears were filled with a high-pitched ringing. Hey, you alright? Get it together! Filled up in the muddy water with his head in his hands, the man heard the voice of a comrade. Once his eardrums hadn't shattered, he felt himself being dragged up out the foxhole by both arms. So, just told a little girl her parents are getting divorced because of her. I'm such a great guy. Oh, that's how you do it. That is how you become good friends with people. You tell them that the parents are getting divorced because of them. We've got to move. Temporary withdrawal. Can you walk? Calling a man's effort to nod his head. He couldn't see. His ears were barely functional and his throat was on fire. He couldn't even speak. The man began to run his hands across the ground in a panic. His comrade knew what he was looking for. The man felt his rifle pressing back into his hands. In my defence, she has to hang out again, so it must have worked. See? So that's what you do. That's how you make friends. Reassured by the familiar feel of his weapon, the man slung it onto his shoulder. His hand still clutching the ground, he fled that place at a crawl. 30 minutes passed, and the man came to himself. The rain had, ironically enough, finally stopped. His vision had largely recovered. When he looked around, he saw his companions all just as filthy with mud. Hey Shorty, you still alive? Sniper was still scurrying along the ground when that voice called to him. Belonged to a black man who'd joined the army at the same time as him. Been in the same squad in their training days as well, and the black man was his closest friend in the platoon. His greeting was casual as always. Give me a break. The man re-shouldered his beloved rifle and told his friend about the hand grenade incident. That voice from the next foxhole. The grenade he handed over in response, moments later, the explosion. The man angrily spat out the details of his brush with death through another's stupidity. The black man listened in silence. When the story was over, after a brief pause, he finally spoke. Huh? The hell are you talking about, Shorty? The black man said his story was impossible. To think of it, of course it was. I was the unit's birdman, the rear guard, the end of the line. Usually the bird band marched 10 to 20 metres behind the squad. There was no way an ally would have been encamped only 2 or 3 metres from his position. Even considering his movements to change his firing position, he couldn't have met anyone until the unit broke into retreat. I mean, let's say you're right and some jackass dropped a grenade in his own foxhole. Okay, who was that? The man looked around his surroundings. All 8 of the squad's other members were accounted for. A few were lightly wounded, but clearly none of them had been on the receiving end of a grenade blast recently. So who the hell did he give that grenade to? In response to his friend's words, a shiver ran down the man's spine. After rejoining the main force and completing his report, the man told the story to a grizzled veteran. Sergeant Major had an explanation of sorts for him. That place is right around the site of an old battle where many Americans died. Well, among them were many wounded who'd been slowly butchered by guerrillas with spears and bayonets. So we'd reached their grenades with their waist and pulled out the pin rather than be tortured to death. Ooh. Oh my god. I just realised you sat telling that story to Machina. Oh dear. So in the end, you had taken the man's grenade. Perhaps a lingering spirit, still clinging to the battlefield, even in death. So the story went. What do you think? Get a bit of a chill? Aww. What's wrong with you? I peed myself a little bit. Oh, sorry about that. Forget it. As if I could. I'm gonna cry on the way to the bathroom tonight. My bad. Next time you tell me a story, make it a slightly happier one, okay? Oh, she's not happy. Huh? Yeah, got it. Like throws her empty juice box into a trash can and starts to pass her away. As usual, she leaves as quickly as she arrives. This time, after walking about 3 metres, Makura stops on the spot and turns back to me. Hey, Oni-chan? What? Huh? Do you think there's life after death? Life after death? Can't say for sure, since I've never experienced it firsthand. If you believe in it, then maybe there is. In the army is a popular story about an afterlife exclusively for soldiers. It's a story you'll find in the armed forces of pretty much any country, in pretty much identical form. If you believe an afterlife is waiting for you, it will be. I'm sure it's something like that. Gotcha, thanks. Okay, see you later. Those words she runs off, this time without looking back. I don't think I said anything particularly interesting, but hearing words of thanks naturally lightens my mood anyway. Drinking up the remaining oolong tea of a gulp, I throw the empty cup in a trash bin and walk off towards our classroom for the 6th period class. We've just scored Machina. There's a subspecies of women. There's a subspecies of woman distinguished by an excessive kind of helpfulness. Burning desire to take care of other people's problems. Oh, we on Sachi's bit now. Oh. Within a few days of entering the school, I had a rough idea that Sue Amane fit this busybody woman classification. Oh. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting her to extend a meddling to me quite so quickly. Oh, right, no. So, no, we're still on Amane then. Well, I suppose it's inevitable that we'd run into each other a lot since we live in the same dorm. Seems like she's coming up to me every free moment and playing the big sister. You having trouble with anything? If you need any help at all, just let me know, okay? Maybe she put herself in my shoes. It's not easy having to politely shoot her down every time. Don't then. You Uji-kun. Not wasting any time, are you? Not sure how she got the idea in her head, but lately every time a break begins, Amane's been clinging to me from behind. Yay! What? I love this. Forcibly pressing their oversized lumps of breast blubber against me as if to say, check it out, man, the big tits character. The way they droop just a little is very popular with enthusiasts. Look, you're heavy. Remove your chest flap from my head. Huh? What's that supposed to mean, Yuji-kun? Do you hate breasts? On the contrary, I'm something of a fan. It's all good. Just sit back and enjoy it. These tits would drive any red-blooded man wild. Keep acting like that and you'll get a reputation as a homo. Not dirty old men with beards to start hitting on you. Prefer that. If a man sexually harasses me, at least I can knock him flat without feeling guilty about it. What do you want from me? If you have something to say, then spit it out already. It's nothing in particular, just wondering if there was anything you didn't follow in that class, or whatever, just wanted to play the big sister a bit. Thanks sis, but I'm a big boy now, so could you please get lost? Oh. You're just shy, that's so cute. Squeak, squeak. Stop that, I'm a dainty little thing, I'll break more easily than you'd think. Precisely why I'm giving you such a nice gentle hug. Say a snapping turtle won't release prey from his bite even if lightning strikes nearby. Amane's a similar beast. Once she clings to me, my only release is the sound of the bell. If this woman kept a pet cat, I'm positive it would go bald from stress within a week. I'm not confident my own hair will be safe if I allow these assaults to continue. It's about time I get my message across, even if it requires taking a somewhat harsh attitude. No! Amane, that's about enough. Oh, Sakiki, yes! As I begin to shout, Sakiki appears with spectacular timing. Susan, do you have a moment? Hi! Yumiko grimaces at Amane's response. Her glare is expressive. Hi, who are you supposed to be? Well, alright then. You're supposed to prepare the projector for the upcoming geography class, remember? Oh, you're right. I'm on day duty with Machina today. Hirisi-san started preparing by herself. Do you not plan to help? Sorry, Yuji-kun. I've gotta go. Don't mind me. Oh. Aw, don't be mean. I think you should hurry before Hirisi-san breaks something again. Machina, wait! Don't break it! She finally released me. What a noisy woman. She's purposely making a fuss. Is she that afraid that people realising she's suppressive? What do you mean? Exactly what I said. Even so, I find this preferable to the old Susan's incredibly timid behaviour, so I've already accepted it as the lesser of two evils. You sound like you're familiar with her past. Have you known Amane that long? I suppose so, if you consider a year or so a long time. So Amane wasn't always like this? What? You want to know more about her? I just don't understand the woman. Why does she drape herself all over me like that? There's no way I'd know that. How about asking her? I did. Just the other day, having stocked up on necessities for my new dorm life at the local supermarket. Wandering leisurely around the area in front of the station. Huh? It's you, Chan? What you doing here? Don't call me that. Why? It's cute. Spare me. I'm getting any cuter than I already am. All the other girls will get jealous and start picking on me. She's gonna drop herself in it. That tongue of yours, anyone ever tell you it reminds him of someone? Like you. Who knows? More importantly, what's up? What's up? Shopping? And then points at the plastic supermarket bag dangling from my hand. Box of tissues, a pack of batteries, salad dressing and mayonnaise, also instant curry and dental floss, and some bean sprouts. You know, look, you don't just start rifling through my bag. If you're buying curry, Sherry by the north exit is cheaper than Sanyo by the south exit, you know? Sherry sells bean sprouts at 29 yen a bag too. He was knowledgeable as always. Do you wander around comparing prices all day long? It's not like I check every day. I just pay attention when I go shopping, I guess. She's got an impressive devotion to economising. I felt definite admiration since my master was the sort of wild woman who bought things without even looking at the price tag. Let's see, get milk, eggs and vegetables from Shoei, fish meat and toilet paper from Sanyo. Try to remember that. Well, I'm not caught up on the price. I appreciate the thought, but I just want a store that's convenient. It's all well good to wander around looking for bargains, but when you consider the increased effort and consumption of time involved, getting too picky frequently turns into a loss. Well, I guess that's how guys are. That's right, I'll be going. You heading back? Yeah, I did finish my shopping. And let's walk back together. As the words left her mouth, Amane was standing by my side, firmly grasped my hand. Yay! What do you think you're doing? What are you talking about? This, of course. Demonstration had raised the hand that Amane had gripped, or rather captured, her fingers entwined tightly with mine. What am I, a kid who won't go home unless Mama pulls him there? Got to admit, I don't remember acting quite that adorably, so I'm very interested in where you're coming from here. Still gripping my right hand tightly, Amane raised the forefinger of her other hand against her lip and racked her brains for an answer. Kind big sis walking home hand in hand with a brother role playing? Oh, is that it? It's role playing and I guess I have to play along. Did you really think I'd say that? Off. Fortunately, at my arm free, shaking off Amane's grip. No! Grab her hand now. Jeez, do you hate it that much? That puppy dog face will make me act nicer out of guilt. You're very wrong. Don't flirt in public, that's a rule of mine. So it's okay when we're alone? Stop twisting my words. The point is, I can't think of a single reason why I should hold hands with you. Because you love her. Because I want to hold hands isn't good enough? It's not an answer to the question why you want to hold hands. The truth is, because of a traumatic accident in my past, I feel really uneasy unless I'm holding hands with someone. Some kind of obsessive compulsive disorder? OCD? What sort of accident was it? That's a secret! The hell? Don't get mad, I'm just joking. She spoke, Amane took my hand for the second time. Yeah. Joking? When did the joke start? Ugh, this is irritating. Should have left at least. I can't calm down when someone's got a hold of my dominant hand. Look, it's not like there has to be some big reason for us to hold hands. It's just, you know, we ended up being classmates and all, so let's be friends. That's all I was thinking. Why get friendly with me? Do I need a reason? When you were a kid or whatever, did you go around picking your friends by some calculation of loss or gain? Hard to say, didn't have any. That's a lie. Then let's reverse your question. Why don't you want to get friendly with me? I'm sorry I don't, I just want to understand your motive. It's all good, let's be friends. You're a weird one. I'm pretty sure there isn't a single normal kid at our school, you know. I'm going back. Yeah, let's. Please, Sophie. Having moved to my left as I requested, Amane didn't mess around any further. On the way back, she calmly acted her age. Well, at least I get to know that Amane and Yuji held hands. One hand of it really did seem to be enough to satisfy her. Thoughts had run through my head, considering it's only been a few days since we met. She's bizarrely friendly, but still, as she is a member of our class full of special cases. Despite a relatively normal facade, Amane must have had her own unhappy circumstances. This hand-holding may well have some meaning for her. So? Out of consideration for the past, you found yourself unable to flatly refuse a demand for physical contact. And her toleration gave rise to this flagrantly over-the-top fondling, right? Oh, we'll make a detective out of you yet. Oh, you're quite full of yourself. Sakaki, what sort of accident was Amane involved in? I don't know. If it's not something you can talk about, I'll leave it alone. That's not it. No, I really don't know, and I don't particularly want to know either, although I've heard that the incident involved a motor vehicle accident. A car crash? Oh dear. Apparently a bus she was riding was in a serious accident, which gave rise to mental illness, or something along those lines. My information is admittedly limited, but I certainly don't hear anything about a pathological need to hold hands. Oh, no, oh, shite. Oh. My arm hit control. Oh, shit. No. Oh. Skip. I can't believe that. Just in case I do this again, we're gonna save. It's just in case. Right. So that's an alligator motor vehicle car crash. Apparently a bus she was riding. There we go. My information is admittedly limited, but I certainly didn't hear anything about a pathological need to hold hands. Why was she so persistent about it? I'm telling you, I don't know. Her eyesight's bad, maybe that's the cause? Does bad eyesight make you want to hold hands? Oh, that's not yawn, that's not clever. I mean, Neva's getting 5 hours of sleep, but hey ho. Who knows? Babies with undeveloped eyesight calm down by confirming the shape and warmth of things in their mouth. Maybe physical contact is reassuring when you can't see well. Plausible theory, but I'm having a hard time buying it in her case. In the first place, are her eyes that terrible? I don't know, I think I mentioned this, but I'm not interested. I'm wasting my breath talking to you. Aww. What a coincidence, I was just about to mention how incredibly tedious I find speaking with you. Guess we're done here. So we should be if I hadn't just spotted Kamine Sachi out the corner of my eye. Hey Sachi, you have a minute? Yes, well, what can I do for you? Anything in particular about Amane's past? No, I can't say I'm familiar with the details. So in other words, nobody knows the whole story. It's not the sort of topic we feel comfortable asking about. And if she recovered emotionally to a point where she could proactively share the story of her misfortune, she wouldn't be stuck in a place like this. True enough. As long as the person in question doesn't want to discuss it, I suppose I shouldn't pry any further. In the first place, I'm a little dubious that Amane's past really has anything to do with holding my hand. Sachi knows. Let's see, did you perhaps do something to gain her affection? Come to an unconscious desire to hold your hand? I'll have to take things in a new direction. Specifically, what do you think I did? Let's see. For example, maybe you rescued Amane-san when she was surrounded by ganga hooligans? On a rainy day, she spotted you silently leaving your umbrella over an abandoned kitten in a cardboard box. What's so funny? Well, whatever. Neither rings a bell. I have no memories of us being lovers in a previous life either. A nasty memory like that would be best would best be forgotten anyway. It is quite the event that a boy finally transferred into school. Maybe she wanted to try out the experience of dating now that she has a chance. You think so? Incidentally, Sachi, does that mean you've got an interest in holding hands and going out on a date with me as well? Yep. Well,
手をつなぐこと自体は嫌ではないですし、俺と手をつなげデートをしろとそう強く命令していただければ絶対に断らないと思いますけど。
I'm not opposed to holding hands itself. If you strongly ordered me hold hands with me, we're going on a date, I'm fairly sure I wouldn't refuse. I see. Thank you for your valuable opinion. I'll file it under the not helpful in the slightest. Aww. What about you, Sakaki?
私があなたと手をつないでデート？
Me holding hands on a date with you? Right. Got any interest? Oh, right. Got any interest?
どう答えればあなたを傷つけずに済むのかしら。
Well, this is a problem. I'm not sure how to answer without hurting you. I heard the picture. Thank you so much for your compassion. Aw, she said no. So in the end, asking around didn't get me anything resembling a clear answer. What Sakaki says, it doesn't seem like Amane wants to hold hands indiscriminately. The mystery's only deepened. Speak of the devil.
そこ狭いからぶつけないようにね。
You right there, Makina? The door is narrow, don't bump against it.
大丈夫。
Yeah, I got it! For fuck's sake, Makina!
言ってるそばからぶつけるかなあんたは。
And literally 2 seconds later, you do it anyway.
私はそういう生き物なのよさ。
I'm that sort of life form. It's that moment Amane enters the classroom, pulling Makina by the hand, oblivious to our gossiping. Both on toward the pair and their connected hands. You said Amane doesn't have a habit of holding hands, right?
リリスさんは特別。手をつないでおかないとフラフラとどこかへ行っちゃうような子だし。
Well, Lyrically sounds a special case. If you didn't keep a grip on her, she'll wander off to God knows where. Sakaki watches Amane and Makina as she speaks. Suddenly, she clasps her hands together as if struck by a burst of insight.
あなた、あの子と同列に見られているのではないかしら。
Perhaps he's put you in that same category as a girl. Say what? Wait, what? I've been put in the same category. A kid like this, who you half expect to get lost tottering after a butterfly? What a seriously unpleasant thought.
スオさんは面倒見がいいのよ。なんていうか、言葉が悪いけど、きっとダメ男が好きなんじゃないかしら。
Susan's the helpful type, you know. This might sound a little bad, but perhaps she loves hopeless men. Appreciate that. You're probably you're probably trying to help, but that's basically an indirect way of saying you look like a hopeless man.
そう言ったつもりだけど。
Yes, that's exactly what I meant to imply. Sakaki, could you please stop rubbing salt in the wound without me even realising it? Kinda stings.
あら、心外だわ。これでも随分と高評価しているつもりなのだけれど。
My, that's unexpected. I was trying to be as generous as possible too. Arrington, one last question for me.
何かしら。
What is it? Is there even a single normal person in the school?
言ったでしょ。まともならこんな学園になんていないわ。あなたを含めて。
For what I told you already, if they were normal, they wouldn't be here, and that goes for you as well. True enough. I think you've got some special variety of unhappiness. Since the admonition underneath Saki's words, I feel you're stirring into something like shame. If it's normal or not, the student life isn't bad in its own way. I start to like this place enough to reach that conclusion. Oh dear. Hope is a window that gives you a fresh perspective on the world, or so my sister said. When I was a kid, struggling through my daily life was about all I can handle. I disliked and avoided change, even when it might have brought me something new. I'm like that now, a little bit. Well, I don't like change, but if something needs to change, then I will. But I don't normally like it. You know, prefer to have things the same as they were. Yeah. So my sister's recommendation was to at least try reading books. Sister of mine was an unbelievably yawn. Sorry. Sister Amane is an unbelievably vicarious bookworm herself, and she began to push the one she finished on me. She picked up a reading habit, although I didn't find any particular meaning in it at the time. My sister's dead now, as are my parents and my master, yet I'm still reading. Sister who taught me to read books, the parents who weren't angry at me when I was reading books, and the master who praised me for reading books, buying me as many as I wanted. Grateful to them now, since I found some meaning in the act of reading. Kazami-kun. Do you have a moment? Yeah. Turn around in response to Yumiko's greeting and find her carrying a sizable load of paperwork and hardcover books. I brought some books I finished reading. Interested? Sure, appreciate it as always. It's fine, it's convenient for me to have you take them off my hands. The owner of a large reading habit is well aware, books pile up before you know it. That said, it's hard to just throw them away and sell them to a used bookstore feels disrespectful to the author. The ideal is to find another avid reader to dump them on. Incidentally, before I came, Sakaki had apparently been pushing the books she finished onto the library. By now she's established her own private shelf in there, full of pleasure reads. Most likely she spotted me by coincidence as she was carrying her books there and figured she could save herself the walk. Heavy, right? Here. Just have my hands under the books Sakaki's carrying. Hey! Watch it, don't take your hands off yet, the books are going to fall. Your hand seems to be touching mine. Of course it is, don't worry, my hygienic standards are higher than you might expect. It's not what Jeez. You complain too much, alright? I've got a hold of them. You can let go. You're pretty insensitive, did you know that? That's so. Anyway, I'll gratefully read the books. When I finish one, I'll return it to the Sakaki collection. So if you want to reread any of them, they'll be in the library. Fine, well then I'll be leaving. Yeah. Take a quick look at the titles of the books I'm holding. Suhei Akai, The Decisive Pudding Battle. Kumabata Tekaru, Yesterday's Black Cat. Hirao Atsuko, The Exit of the Desert. I think I got them pretty nailed on then. Getting good at this. Oh, there's still more. Aww. Zonu Takumi, Professor Takeda's Dinner. Ethan Crow. Oh, I know that one. Ethan Crow, An Insolent Woman. Shinonome Kazuma, You Blew It, Amori. Although she reads quite a variety of genres and authors, it seems that Sakaki fundamentally likes whodunits. Of the 6 books she's passed me, 4 are mysteries. And to think of it, I could easily see Sakaki sitting at a detective's desk using her brains for a living. Up and open one of the books, I speak toward the shadow of the pillar. Of a nearby pillar, sorry. Makina, how long do you plan on hiding there? Good. Not mad or anything. How about you come out? How'd you know it was me? Your aura's too crude. I can sense you even when you're hidden. That's news to me. I just said that for the hell of it. You were casting a shadow on the floor. I can tell it's you from the height in that shaggy head. So my stealth was the crude part? Pretty much. Why were you hiding in the first place? I wasn't really hiding, just keep it quiet till you and Yumi-chan finish talking. You gonna go along with Sakaki? Oh. I'm okay with her, you know, but I don't think Yumi-chan likes me much. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure Sakaki said something like, I think Irisu-san avoids me on purpose. We're in a state of mutual wariness. Well, I suppose that does happen sometimes. Sakaki, you guard the person who doesn't reveal her thoughts easily, and Makina, who feels most secure when she's burrowed her way into someone's heart. Personal comfort zones may be incompatible. Well, it's foolish to expect everyone to get along with everyone else in the entire world. There's no need to forcibly push these two together, but at the very least, maybe a mutual compromise is called for. I don't think Sakaki dislikes you, Makina, so try not to hate her yourself. Like I said, I'm okay with her, it's just, I don't know what to talk about with her. I see. Let me ask you instead, how the heck did you get so friendly with that cranky Yumi-chan? It's not like we're practically close, but we have a common interest in books, so I guess that helped things get started. Of course I get the idea Sakaki mostly views me as a little more than a convenient book disposal. After all, it's hard to say you're friendly with someone who scowls so bluntly just because your hands touch. Makina, do you have any hobbies? Hobbies? I guess walking, maybe. Miss Mouse. Solo? Yeah, mostly by myself. That's not good. Why not? Doesn't playing by yourself sound kind of lewd? It's all good, yeah? No, also no. Huh? The company I work at, solitary hobbies are fundamentally discouraged. They place a lot of stress on keeping up some form of communication with others. Once the interest of the employees, the basics are alcohol, women and gambling. It's a bit difficult to own up to that in front of the boss. Therefore, when asked, some of them just come up with a safe sounding conventional hobby like shogi or go. The superiors reacted favourably to those answers. The end result was that the hobbies column in the employee survey data recorded an overwhelming number of shogi buffs. While going in the flow is pretty much the defining Japanese characteristic, it's still something of a pathetic story. Well, I'm giving them a nice safe hobby I like reading myself. I guess I can't really say too much. Nothing, just talking to myself. Incidentally, once you're the one giving the surveys out, in other words, an executive type, the hobby of choice would be gardening. That's something you can do when you're living out of a barracks. The hobbies are important. Yeah, it's better to have some interest than not, even if they're really worthless. For example, the aforementioned employees and their wine, women and song. Even then, if they can help you find a single common interest with someone, your hobbies are worthwhile as social lubricant, even if they're worthless in every other respect. I need to stop yawning. I'll go for another 10 minutes, I think. So we have an hour and a half, because I think I stopped at some point. Yeah, so that. This is something I heard secondhand from a senior employee at my job, but sometimes you get cases like this. It's a story about a man who took a business trip to Gifu Prefecture. It was a group expedition with the purpose of field testing new equipment that had just been deployed throughout his company. At the time, the man in question was a new employee, not out of his training period. Nonetheless, he found himself taking a long bumpy ride into the mountains on a company bus, accompanied by the chief of his special department. The man didn't have the first clue why he'd been selected for the trip, other than what he'd be expecting to do on it. To make matters worse, he was sitting next to a powerful superior he barely knows. In short, the man was about ready to vomit from sheer terror and anxiety. He fought desperately to keep calm, but his face was pale as a sheet. Bus finally reached its destination at the foot of Mount Kinku. Kinku? Mount Kinka in Gifu, after many unpleasant hours. The man's relief was temporary as his boss informed him they would be attending a large banquet in a high-class inn that night. Corporate banquets are basically a cruel kind of talent show. New employees are expected to perform some skill for the amusement of the gathered VIPs. We will continue the story in the next episode. Yes. So yeah. Thank you for watching. See you in another one.